Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a video about my inventory, basically where and how I store everything, and how I keep track of all the items that I have. So everybody kind of dreams about having an entire room that you can just dedicate to your inventory, put it all up on racks where you can see everything. But that's not realistic for a lot of people. So I'm gonna show you the best way to maximize your storage when you're working with a tiny space. So I actually store most of my items in this tiny little closet back here. And there are about 200 clothing items in this closet alone. So let me bring you in for like a closer look so you can see what's going on in there. So as you can probably see in this closet, I store clothing items. I also store a bit of my shipping items as well that you can probably see, just some boxes and envelopes and stuff just to like keep it out of the way. And what I like about this is that I can kind of hide everything away, and when I don't want to look at it, all I have to do is close the door and I don't have to think about it. And as you might notice, I have most of my clothing items in bins, and then the rest are basically hung up on the rack that's built into the closet. So for a clothing rack, I would definitely recommend only storing your bulkiest items in there because they take up the most space, and if you were to put them in bins, you would hardly be able to fit any. You just wouldn't be able to maximize that space. So that's why I try to put as many of my bulky items on a clothing rack. So for example, I have like jackets, coats, like bulky sweaters. All of those are hung up. Now the rest of my items are in these little plastic bins. I have about 5 of them right now, but I actually plan on getting 5 more that are gonna fit in here. So let me show you one of them. Okay, so here is one of my plastic bins. I do store some of my items in just like random cardboard boxes, that works too. But the reason I would recommend these is because they're see-through, and it's gonna make it a lot easier to find your items when you can just look and clearly see, okay, that like striped pair of shorts is at the bottom. So I got these bins from the dollar store. They're about $4 each, so not too expensive. And these are the 15-liter ones. Now, originally when I was buying these, I was actually looking for bigger ones and they didn't have any because I figured, the bigger the bin, the more stuff I can store, and then I would have to like buy less, I guess. But I'm really glad that I got these ones because it actually makes it a lot easier the more bins you have. Now, I do like to generally store like similar items together. For example, there's mostly just shorts in here, but what you may or may not have noticed is that every single bin I have is actually labeled with a letter. So for example, this is box C. So let me show you exactly how I keep track of each box. So before, I used to kind of just remember where everything was located, and that just started to get really confusing the more items I was getting, and it became harder and harder to find the items that I just sold. So I kind of came up with this little system that helps me keep track of every single item and tells me exactly where it is. So it's basically just like a Google spreadsheet, and I call it my inventory locator. And here it basically has a list of every single item that I'm selling and the location of where it is. So as you can see, I have it like split up a little bit. So first over here we have the item description, the cost including taxes, and the location. So for example, this H&M green turtleneck, it cost me $0 and it's located in section A. So like I showed before, most of my bins are labeled, but I also created a little bit of a legend on the side to tell me exactly what that bin is so that I don't forget or get confused. So for example, location A is actually the clothing rack in my closet, and it isn't physically labeled, but because of my legend, I know what I'm referring to when I say location A. And as you go down the list, you can see all the other bins that are in my closet, along with the bins under my bed and any other location that I have. So as you can see, I have almost 300 items currently in my inventory, and there is a location for every single one of them. Now, this definitely took like a full day to like put together and organize and write down exactly where everything is. But now that it's done, it's made my life so much easier. And whenever I sell something, I never have to worry about where it is because I know exactly where it is. It's also a great place to keep track of how much everything costs. And that's why I included the price along with it. So when you are doing your accounting and everything, it's super easy. That's where you're gonna find how much your item cost you. Plus, I also added up all the totals, and it's kind of nice to see how much money is like currently invested in your business that hasn't seen a return yet. So right now I have about $150 worth of things that I haven't sold yet. So it kind of helps me gauge like, okay, maybe I shouldn't buy any new items anytime soon. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little demo to show you exactly how I use this. So I just sold these blue shorts, so let's go and look for them. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually just hit Control F, and that's going to bring up the finder. So whatever you type into this finder, it's going to find on the Google Sheet. So I'm going to start typing the description of the item I need to pick. So let's type in shorts, for example. So as you can see, there's about 22 different shorts that I have, and I can actually just jump down to each one until I find the correct one. So there they are. These are the ones that I want to get. So as I can see right away, they are located in location C. And if I just need a quick reminder of where that location is, I just go up to my legend and I can see, okay, location C is the small bin in Alicia's closet. So super easy. Now I'm just going to go grab the C bin. So I have my C bin here, and already I can see right away that the shorts are actually just right on top. So we picked our item. So now what you're going to want to do once you picked your item is cross it off from your list. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and do a strike through so that I know that this item has been sold. And you might be wondering, like, why don't I just delete the item off the list? And the reason is I'm not going to delete it just yet is because this is going to help me figure out which bins are full and which bins can actually have more inventory added to them. So as you can see, this bin actually now has space for another pair of shorts possibly. So when I do get more inventory, I can just quickly reference my list and see, oh, okay, bin C has a couple items missing. That means I can put 2 more items in there. Otherwise, I'd have to go through all my bins trying to look to see like which ones can fit more space. So I won't actually delete the item off the list until it's been replaced by a different item. So it's super easy to make this template yourself. But if you guys want, I think I'm just going to leave a link in the description of this video where you can just download a free template off of my Google Drive that you guys can use and customize for your own inventory. So then when I do need to replace an item, what I'll do is just roll it up really tight. I find that's the best way to store things because it kind of makes them the most compact and I find leaves a little bit fewer wrinkles. And then I just go ahead and make sure to input it back into my inventory. The thing with this system is you do have to be pretty perfect because if I did forget to log one of the items, it will be a big pain to find it because I'd probably have to go through everything, which is kind of part of the reason I like to keep similar items together just in case. But then all I'm going to do is go back to my inventory locator, find location number C again, and I'm actually just going to add another line or another row below it where I can then go ahead and type the description. And I usually start with like brand, color, and then any other descriptors. So these are going to be Levi's light wash blue cut off shorts. These shorts cost me $0, so I'm just going to input that and then make sure to add location C. And then this bin is ready to go back into the closet. So guys, that is basically how I store all of my inventory and keep track of it. Hopefully it can be helpful for you guys if you're looking for some better solutions for storage. And if you guys have any suggestions on like how I can improve my system, definitely let me know below. I'm always looking to streamline the process even further. As always, my Depop and Poshmark will be linked below, so if you want to check out my closets, you can check them out there. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.